Hi, my name's Mark All. I'm the golf professional at Cranbourne Golf Club. Today we're going to do a series on the standard distance that you hit a putt. It's also how we work out the speed of the greens on a certain day. So one of the things that's really important to understand is, unfortunately, playing on a golf course that is a living, breathing thing, essentially that means the greens will change their speed from day to day. And a lot of people, when we play the game, come off the golf course, we ask them how they go, they say, just never got the speed of the greens today, always too long or too short. What that means essentially to us from a coaching point of view is they've never done their standard distance. They don't know how far a standard length putt goes, and therefore their distance control off that is poor as a result. So one of the first things you want to do when you get onto a putting green is practice your putting stroke without putting to a hole. So a hole will give you a result relative to whether the ball's going in or not. Most people will practice that straight away. What a good player will essentially do, and what I would suggest you will do, is practice your putting stroke where you stand and hit a putt and watch how far it goes, and then assess how far that distance is. From that, that'll give you a really good idea of, if I do a swing a certain length, the ball goes a certain distance, which is what golf is all about. So what I'm going to do is just demonstrate what you should do. I'm effectively just going to hit my standard putt just over here. I'm not going to putt to a hole. It's really important you do not do this putting to a hole. Get a consistent putting stroke to the same spot. What will end up happening is the ball will go a certain distance. I'm then going to measure that distance and say, well, okay, well, my standard one goes this far. Now for me, on a standard day, my standard putt itself will go somewhere between 10 and 11 metres. That's what my one is. So when I go to a golf course, I haven't played too much, I'll hit that putt first on the golf course and get an idea of how far it goes. So I'm just going to demonstrate a couple here. So without putting to a hole, if I just hit my standard putt, okay, so for my standard putting, goes out back, my hands get back to about where my right leg is. Right, so normally I would take a little bit more time than that just to do that, but effectively, if we just pan around here in a second, you'll see that I've hit these 5 putts. Now they're all going roughly around about the same distance. Now, essentially, I would take a little bit more time doing that, but from the video point of view, we'll just do it nice and quickly. But those balls are going a certain distance. Now, if I come back around, so Tim, just turn the camera back around here. This is about where I've taken the shots from. So from here, what I'm going to do is then just pace that out in my steps. And it's important that I do it in my steps. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so my average putting of those 5 putts that I've just hit went 10 metres. What does that tell me? Well, when I stand today, if I was going out to play, if I did a swing where my hands go back to around about where my right leg is, and I come through to here, that's my standard length putt. That ball goes 10 metres. If I'm out on the golf course and I'm on one of the greens, I'm going to measure the distance that the putt has to travel. So let's say I have to hit a 13 metre putt. Well, from that, because I know that if I go to my right leg and through, that goes 10, I'll just go a fraction more than that, and I'll know the ball will go that 12 or 13 metre distance. If I only have to go 7 or 8, once again, it's the adjustment will be made. But the first thing you have to do when you get on a green is hit your standard length putt. Do not putt to a hole, just hit 5, 6, 10 balls, whatever you need to get the ball starting to finish in the same spot, and then measure that distance. It's a really critical piece of information to help you with your putting. If you do that before your game, you'll work out the distance or the speed of those greens, and it makes putting on the golf course much easier. And that's how you can improve your putting.